Marcus was 35 years old when he discovered he was living a financial lie that almost completely destroyed him. While you're watching this video right now, Marcus is sitting in his Miami penthouse, looking at a bank account with over $10 million, knowing it all started with just $100 and a decision his own parents called complete madness. But what happened in the last 7 years of Marcus's life will shock you as much as it shocked me when I discovered this story. Because Marcus wasn't a tech genius, didn't have a finance background, didn't come from a wealthy family. He was just an ordinary guy working at a job he hated, living paycheck to paycheck. And what if I told you that the exact strategy Marcus used to turn $100 into $10 million still works today? Stay until the end because I'm going to reveal not only how Marcus did it, but also the 3 fatal mistakes that almost made him lose everything. Let's go back to 2017. Marcus woke up every day at 6 a.m. in the tiny apartment he shared with 2 roommates. At 35, he worked as an IT technician, earning $45,000 a year, a salary that barely covered his basic expenses. Marcus looked in the mirror every morning and saw a tired, frustrated man, trapped in a routine that sucked his soul. He had dreams of traveling the world, owning his own house, not having to check his bank statement in fear. But those dreams seemed as distant as the stars in the sky. Marcus's life was a constant financial roller coaster. At the end of each month, he juggled bills, transferring money from one card to another, always living on the edge. Marcus felt trapped in a financial prison that seemed to have no way out. And then came that day that would change everything forever. It was a Thursday in November 2017. Marcus was browsing social media when he came across a headline, "Bitcoin hits $8,000, 19-year-old becomes millionaire." Marcus clicked skeptically, but the more he read, the more his mind started working. The story talked about ordinary people who had invested small amounts in Bitcoin and were now reaping unimaginable fortunes. Marcus spent 3 weeks consuming everything about Bitcoin. He read articles during lunch, watched videos until late hours, participated in online forums. And the more he learned, the more a strange sensation grew, a mixture of excitement and terror. Excitement because he had finally found his possible escape from financial mediocrity. Terror because it all seemed too good to be true. Resistance came from all sides. When Marcus mentioned Bitcoin to his parents, his father almost choked. "Marcus, this is a pyramid scheme, a bubble that's going to burst and you'll lose everything." His mother shook her head. "Son, you already have trouble paying bills, and now you want to throw money away?" His friends weren't different. "Dude, this is crazy stuff. Bitcoin is used by criminals." But Marcus felt something different. For the first time in years, he had found a real opportunity to change his life. He looked at his bank account and saw $847, practically everything he had. Marcus decided to invest $100 in Bitcoin, exactly the money he had set aside for his niece's Christmas present. December 15th, 2017 was etched in Marcus's memory. Sitting in his room, hands trembling, he created his first digital wallet. The process seemed alien. Private keys, public addresses, exchanges. But at 11:47 p.m., Marcus finally bought his first 0.06 Bitcoins for $100. In the first weeks, Marcus lived glued to his phone, checking the price every 5 minutes. In January 2018, his $100 had turned into $200. He had doubled his money in less than a month. But the euphoria was short-lived. February 2018 was the month that almost destroyed Marcus. The market entered a brutal free fall. In weeks, the $200 melted down to $40. Marcus remembers being in the office bathroom, looking at his phone with tears in his eyes, hearing his father's voice. "I warned you, this was a bubble." But it was in this moment of despair that Marcus made the decision that would transform him into a millionaire. Instead of selling everything, like 90% of people do, Marcus decided to study even more deeply. He realized he wasn't investing, he was gambling. Marcus didn't understand the technology, had no clear strategy. Marcus completely transformed his approach. He started studying technical analysis, market cycles, developed strategic patience. He stopped checking prices daily and started thinking in years. Between 2018 and 2020, Marcus did something considered total insanity. While Bitcoin remained low, he continued buying small amounts monthly. He cut expenses, cancelled subscriptions, cooked at home, and invested between $50 to $200 every month. When colleagues went out drinking, Marcus studied blockchain. The year 2020 brought the pandemic and a historic opportunity. In March, when Bitcoin fell to $3,800, Marcus made the riskiest move. He borrowed $5,000 on his credit card and bought Bitcoin. Either I become rich or I go broke, he thought. What happened was extraordinary. Bitcoin rose from $3,800 to over $60,000 in less than a year. Marcus watched his wallet grow from thousands to millions, but the real lesson wasn't about timing, it was about psychology. In April 2021, when Bitcoin hit $64,000, Marcus saw $2.3 million in his wallet. He had become a millionaire, but intoxicated by success, he started diversifying into other cryptocurrencies, followed influencers, did day trading. In months, he lost $800,000. It was then that Marcus learned the most valuable lesson. Simplicity beats complexity. He went back to basics, focused only on Bitcoin and Ethereum, stopped trying to be smarter than the market. Today, at 42, Marcus owns over $10 million in cryptocurrencies. He no longer works as a technician, travels the world, invests in startups. But when you talk to Marcus, he speaks about freedom, to choose how to spend his time, to not worry about bills. Marcus's strategy boils down to 5 principles. Invest only what you can lose. Think in years, not days. Keep buying during drops. Keep it simple. Educate yourself constantly. If I could turn $100 into 10 million being an ordinary technician, anyone can build wealth with cryptocurrencies, Marcus always says. You don't need to be a genius or have luck. You just need discipline, patience, and courage to act when others are paralyzed. Marcus's story teaches us that the greatest opportunities arise when most people are skeptical. Bitcoin is still in its early days, and the coming decades promise dramatic transformations. Marcus turned $100 into 10 million not by luck, but by recognizing a historic opportunity and acting consistently. If this story inspired you, subscribe to this channel right now, because we'll continue sharing real strategies from people who are building extraordinary wealth with cryptocurrencies. Your journey to financial freedom can start today.